Welcome to my video. Today is the first video showing you what I made or how I used the items that I received from Lbeads. The first thing I want to show you is this stencil. This is the Merry Christmas one. You can't really see it on that. So it's in the shape of a bauble and has Merry Christmas on it. This stencil was 52p for a pack of 2. And first thing I've made using this one is a Christmas card. I've done it in silver and just stenciled with ink, pigment ink, and just done it on the red card for a simple Christmas card. But you don't really need much else from there, although I probably will add some snowflakes or something just to give it something, add extra to it. But overall, the stencil worked very, very well. It's very clear. There's no gaps where there shouldn't be. So yeah, I'm pleased with how that stencil worked. So that was that one. And the next stencil was the Christmas theme one, which is this one. And I've made this card. I used the blue paper. This paper already had the white stars all over it, so I wasn't sure how it would work with the silver going over the top and with the snowdrops being in silver. But I think that's worked out really well. Again, just needs a sentiment, but the stencil itself works very well. I think this stencil was also 52p. And they're for 2. You get 2 in the set, so they're really worth it for that price. That is the size of the stencil. I've just used it as it is for that one. I did use the Christmas stencil again. Unfortunately, it hasn't turned out the way that I wanted it to, but that's not the stencil. That's more to do with the items that I used. So here is a Christmas wall hanging made from a serving board. I've used this serving board before when I did the Alice collab, but I wanted to make a wall hanging for Christmas. I'm very new to mixed media and items like that. So this is only the 3rd time I've tried anything. I had hoped to use embossing paste or embossing mousse to do the stenciling with, but I didn't have any silver, and I want this to go in my hallway, and my hallway is white and silver. So I went with what I thought was the next best thing, which was some embossing powders, which I've never used this brand before, and as you can see, it's bubbled. That is possibly my technique as somebody learning to use different items. But I think I've embossed before. I've used embossing powders before and never had an issue. But this particular brand has actually bubbled in places, so I don't think I would use this embossing powder again. But even so, I thought I would still show you what I made using the stencil. So it wasn't the stencil, as you saw in the card. The stencil works perfectly. It is either my technique with the embossing powder or the medium that I used. But overall, I still carried on with the project because I still think, if I don't look too closely at it, it's still a very nice project. But I will probably do it again once I have some silver embossing paste, so that I can do it the way that I would like it. So all I've done is painted the serving board with white gesso. I then went over it with white acrylic. I have used the gilding flakes again on the sides. I did a better job this time. That was after watching a video from somebody, not somebody that I subscribed to, but I can't remember what they were called, who said to use wax paper to press it down with rather than your fingers or any other object, because then it doesn't stick. And that worked out much better, so I didn't get myself in such a mess as I did last time. So as I say, I've used the embossing powder on the stencil. So stenciled the Merry Christmas bauble. I've made some white and silver poinsettias. Some are tipped with diamond dust, and some are tipped with iridescent glitter. And then I've just added a silver bow. And if you can see the stars all the way around, that is actually from the Christmas stencil, this stencil. I just used part of that for to cover the background so it wasn't completely white. So overall, although the product that I used wasn't very good, I'm trying to get that in frame. Hopefully that is in frame and you can actually see it. Overall, I'm pleased with it, and I will make it again, but with a powder or an embossing mousse that I'm used to using, that hopefully won't bubble the way that it has on there. If anyone knows why it may have bubbled, then please put your comments in the box down below, because I am learning, and I'm grateful for any advice that I receive. I do watch lots of people with mixed media, from Dawn, Shiny Silver Treasures, Tracy Susan, Crafty Michelle, Julia McNeil. So I do like watching, and I am trying to learn. So if anyone has any ideas of why it might have bubbled, then please do let me know. But as I say, it's not the stencil. It is actually either my technique or the products that I used. But overall, I think that's still a nice project, had it not been for the bubbling. So that was that. And then the last stencil that I used was this one with the bells. And what I've done, just bear with me a moment. Sorry, I just had to have a sip of my drink there. What I've done with that is I've actually taken some craft paper, wrapping paper or postage paper, and I've made some Christmas wrapping paper. So all I've done, just put my gesso on there so it doesn't roll away from me. So all I've done is just use the stencil and put it in different places all the way around. I haven't quite finished the sheet, and I will probably use this for my nieces and nephews' Christmas presents, and make some more for so that I have enough for all of them. So all I've done, see which one I need more of. I need more of the silver. So say all I've done is I've gone round with my silver ink and just tapped it all the way round. And as you see, it actually comes out really, really well. Although I've just gone over the side there, but that's typical because you're on camera. But it's such an easy thing to do. So if you have young children and they're getting a bit bored in England with the lockdown, then get out your stencils and your ink and use some plain wrapping paper or some lining paper or something like that, and let the children make their own wrapping paper for gifts this year. I actually quite enjoyed doing it last night. So the other one I used was part of the Santa stencil, which is why it's masked off. So I just masked off the bits that I didn't want. Get you back in camp here, frame here. So just masked off the bits that I didn't want, and was very careful going around with the red so that I only did it on the bits that I wanted. This stencil, no, it's the bow stencil, was 61p. So it's slightly dearer than this one or the Merry Christmas one. But still, you're still getting 2 stencils. So it's still a very good price. So yeah, I would definitely look to Lbeads again for stencils. I was very happy with the quality of the stencils. They've all been washed quite a few times over the last couple of days while I've been doing my projects. And the Merry Christmas one on the wall hanging, I'd actually used with texture paste. So even though they're not that thick, they were still able to take texture paste and to give me a bit of depth in on the wall hanging, which for the price that you're paying is a really good price. So I'm just going to finish this one off, and then that will be me till my next video. And on my next video for Lbeads, I'll be showing you what I made using all the beaded items and the wax seal stamp. So I'd like to say a huge thank you to Lbeads for giving me the opportunity and allowing me to choose some items to try out. I would definitely use them again. Their prices are very reasonable, and they were very quick. The items that I ordered came within 8 days of being dispatched, so that's really good. So for now, I'd like to say bye-bye and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and hit the bell so that you'll be notified of any videos that I upload. So again, thank you for watching. I will list everything in the description box of the items that I purchased or had sent to me, and also the discount code if you do want to go and buy any of the items. So bye for now, and I'll see you in my next video. Please stay safe, everybody. Bye.